A preview of March Madness,
and how teachers feel about the idea of carrying guns in the classroom. That and more today on Buckeye TV News.
Hello, I'm Lily Maslia.
And I'm Yumin Choi. Thanks for joining us on Buckeye TV News. Our top story today, Ohio State will be dancing for the first time since the 2014-2015 season. What should the expectations for the Buckeyes be? Colin Gay has the story.
24-8 record in the regular season. Number 17 Ohio State will be a part of their first NCAA tournament since the 2014-2015 season. However, the end of Big Ten play proved to be hard for the Buckeyes, losing 3 of their last 5 games, including losses to Big Ten tournament champion Michigan and 2 losses to Penn State. According to Buckeye Grove men's basketball beat writer Nick McWilliams, this break between the conference tournament and the national tournament could prove to be a help.
Losing in their first game in the Big Ten tournament was not what they were planning. Penn State just has their number. Now, I know a lot of fans are upset about that, but that might be a blessing in disguise because you can look at it now. They have more rest heading into the NCAA tournament. They might have more time to look at film to understand what they might need to correct, what they might need to fix. I understand that a Big Ten championship would have been kind of the icing on the cake to Chris Holtman's first year, considering how he's met expectations or exceeded expectations for that matter. But I think shifting the focus to the NCAA tournament, I don't think you can put a lot of weight in what happened in the Big Ten tournament.
Although the Buckeyes do not know which team they will be facing or where they will be playing in the first round, Ohio State fans are cautiously optimistic heading into tournament play.
Going into the tournament, they'll probably be around 5 or 6 seeds, so I think they can. I think people might overlook them a little bit, might look them down. People might look down on them a little bit, so I think they can surprise a couple teams.
However, based on what Ohio State has shown, expectations for the tournament should be limited according to those who have covered the team all season.
Obviously, fans are going to be expecting a lot from this team considering what they did in the regular season, but I think reeling that back a little bit and understanding that this is still a rebuilding year, this is still a year where everything's getting felt out, I think maybe you would see them possibly succeeding in a way where they could actually advance in a couple rounds, but I don't really see them making too deep of a run.
The Buckeyes will find out Sunday, March 11th when, where, and who they will be playing in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Until then, all Ohio State can do is prepare for the dance. Colin Gay, Buckeye TV.
The trial of Brian Goldsby, the man accused of raping and killing Ohio State student Reagan Tokes, is still ongoing today after a witness testified yesterday that Goldsby told her he was carrying a gun just 1 day before Tokes was last seen alive. The witness also said she saw Goldsby the following night driving a silver Acura. The same type of car evidence revealed was stolen from Tokes.
After the school shooting in Parkland, Florida, there have been heated debates about how we could stop school shootings. One that has been discussed has been arming school teachers with guns. Our reporter, Tyler Reamer, went and sat down with 2 students to discuss what their opinions were on this topic.
After the recent school shooting down in Parkland, Florida, there have been many discussions on how we can stop these. One such is arming teachers with guns. I recently caught up with 2 students and talked about this topic.
I feel it should be the teacher's choice to be legally armed. I mean, I support arming our teachers. I feel how I feel is if they feel the need, they want to carry a gun to make sure their classroom is safer or themselves safer or their students, then by all means, but that's their choice in my opinion. And
topic to look into. I think that we should at least have armed personnel on premises, and that's not something anybody wants to go to or get at, but that's the point we're at right now. And I think it's something we need to look into, and there's going to be trial runs. I know there's going to be in certain places, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I don't think I can specifically say they should or they shouldn't. It's something we need to look into.
Recently, President Trump came out and said he believes teachers or other personnel should be armed with guns, and then said that Ohio State last year proved this could work.
I feel that the shooter probably would have been shot or...
According to USA Today, there hasn't been 18 school shootings, an average per week, and there hasn't been 290 school shootings since Sandy Hook. Half of these are attempted suicides, accidental discharges of a gun, or shootings with not a single individual being injured. Of the remaining, the vast majority involved either one fatality or not at all. For Buckeye TV, this is Tyler Reamer.
In the wake of the Parkland shooting, our reporter Brandon Jones decides to find out how prepared we are for another attack here at OSU.
On February 14th of this year, students at the Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida were enjoying their Valentine's Day. That is, until former student Nicholas Cruz arrived in the afternoon, rang the fire alarm, and then opened fire, leaving 17 dead and 16 wounded. This attack marks the 19th shooting in a school this year alone, and with the vehicular attack on campus a little over a year ago, it's fair to wonder how safe we really are at Ohio State. With over 50,000 Buckeyes, Ohio State is a prime target for shootings and terror attacks. So I decided to see how safe we really are on campus and at events like here at the Shot. The director of the National Center for Spectator Sports Safety and Security, Lou Marciani, told me that he believes schools and stadiums around the country to be safe because
the tremendous resources of the, Department of Homeland Security, the training, the exercises.
Every event. Former OSU Police Chief Paul Denton explained that he feels safe around campus and at events due to his own preventative measures.
Looking around where exit doors, where are the fire hydrants located when you go to an event?
Tom Foos, Marine and president of Armada security firm, echoed a similar sentiment.
If you spend some time, some effort to do some planning, to train yourself, to train your organization, you're going to move the ball pretty significantly in terms of being able to feel safe.
So while we can't guarantee security, we can minimize risk by preparing for the worst. For Buckeye TV, I'm Brandon Jones.
That's so true. A little preparedness can really go a long way. Make sure you stay alert and always know your exit at any time you're at an event.
With everything happening in our country, it's not a surprise that people are discussing student safety. This brings us to the important topic of student safety here at Ohio State.
Well, student safety here at OSU is very important for students and staff. We take a look into who's actually sending out the notifications to students when in an emergency. The Dispatch ran an article on January 20th with an interview from Franklin County Emergency Management Agency. This article discusses the Buckeye Alert System and that it consists of 24 ways we can notify the OSU campus. This includes text messages, emails, and other emergency notification message systems. In the summer of 2016, the university installed new protective tech to make notification time quicker and enhance safety. With the push of a button, 100,000 people will be contacted. These buttons are located in the Secured Dispatch Center. When it comes down to it, the university wants safety for all of its faculty and students. They recommend to be observant, take action, and contact any authority if you encounter an incident. I'm Jenna Caroch for Buckeye TV.
Coming up, students say their goodbyes to the iconic St. John Arena.